Hi Ballber, how's things with you?
All good, thanks.
Good. So just a few things to start with. You know this session's being recorded for my ICF credentialing and you're happy with that?
Yep, that's fine.
And you know it's confidential, no third party sees it.
Okay.
We've got about 40 minutes today. If it did run over by 5 minutes, are you okay with that?
5 minutes is fine, but then beyond that, I've got another appointment I need to get to, so...
No problem at all. You're very clear on what coaching is or what mentoring is, what you're expecting from the session because we've been coaching for a while.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. And I think that's it from the sort of checking in perspective.
Okay, that's fine. Right, so...
What do you want coaching on today?
All right, well, so obviously since last time I've moved to Bahrain. So basically I've left my old job, come to Bahrain on new beginnings and just about the future, thinking about the future a little bit. I'm not worried overly about it, but just to see where I'm heading sort of thing, give me some sort of perspective, ideas, I don't know, that sort of thing.
Okay, so big move has happened.
Yep.
New country.
Yep.
What goal do you want from this session specifically?
Right, okay, so up until the summer, my main thing was leaving my old job, leaving Dubai, moving to Bahrain, and just finishing my full-time job at my old school. And I hadn't really thought too much about once I get to Bahrain what I'm going to do. I've come to Bahrain and I'm doing some tutoring, so I've got maybe 10 hours I think per week, and I'm starting to look at other things as well. And I'm just thinking if I can sustain that, how long I'd sustain that for. Do I need to look at other ways of getting income? I've got my gratuity from my last job that I can dip into if and when I need to. But obviously I don't want to use all that up, so I need to just think about possible alternatives, or not alternatives, just short term and then longer term, where am I heading sort of thing.
So I'm hearing a few things here. One thing is the big change in where you're heading, and I'm also hearing something around finances.
Yeah.
They're two quite big areas. Which one, and they are interrelated, which one's the thing you want to talk about today?
Okay, in an ideal world, I would be retired now, not working and doing whatever I want to do with my days. It's not an ideal world. I haven't saved up enough money to retire, so money is a big thing. However, I was fed up after 22 years of working full-time in teaching, and I needed a break from that, so I don't regret the fact that I left my full-time job. So both of them are still, I want to enjoy my time not full-time teaching, which I am so far, it's very early days. However, I've still got an eye on finances. So they are linked together for me.
Okay.
So I'll mention my appointment, which I've got to go to, and that is to go to one of the local schools, St Christopher's, where I'm meeting with an assistant head about possibility of supply work, and then who knows what else might come up from that. So these are the sort of things I'm looking at, and then back in my mind I'm thinking, what if he offers me more than just an occasional day of supply? Do I say yes? Do I say no? Will that start preying on my mind, as in I'm back on course to be back in education again, full time? So I just don't know.
Okay. There's so much up in the air.
I know.
And it's, I can see your hands on your head there, so I know this is an exciting time because we discussed this before, and there's also some elements of stress here.
There are, and there shouldn't be, shouldn't there, really, because I've put myself in this position. I didn't lose my job. I chose to give up my job, knowing not quite knowing, but having an idea of what I was going into. And I'm not really that stressed about it, but I do need to start getting some sort of things in place about short term and long term. Where am I heading with this? Okay. But it's difficult to know because I don't know how my finances are going to pan out over the next few months, and decisions I make, for example, about possible supply, possible things there, will impact on future things I do. So I'm just trying to get my head around that a little bit.
Okay. So to establish a goal for the session,
okay,
what would you like to leave with?
A plan for the future, even if it's just I know it's a big ask, isn't it? But some sort of a, I don't know. Don't really know. I say I'm not stressed, but I do worry about things sometimes. I know it's time of change, and I just want to have sort of a timescale, just some way of managing that change in some way. But I don't want to stress out too much about it either, because I've had 2 weeks I think in Bahrain now, and it's been lovely not having to get up in the mornings to go to work at like ridiculous o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. So I still get up early, but I get up early and I potter a bit. I've gone for a swim, and I really enjoy that. And I don't go to work tutoring up until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I do 2-3 hours, and it's such a lovely lifestyle. But I'm not convinced that will sustain me, and it certainly won't help me plan for my future eventual retirement. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'm just asking for a little bit of reassurance that everything will be all right. I don't need to start worrying about things, and I can take my time to make decisions, because I think financially I am okay. I am all right, but I'm not. And it's okay to have a break. To be honest, when I think about it, when I gave up my job, I wasn't clear exactly what I was going to do, and I knew if I had to, because I was just so fed up with full-time working, that I could survive a year eating into my gratuity a little bit, but I was going to survive a year without doing any work, certainly for the first 3 or 4 months of it. So I don't know why I'm getting a little bit stressed about it, but I am. And I shouldn't be. So mentor me through this.
And remember, here we're coaching, not mentoring.
Coaching me through it, yes.
So one thing that's coming up here is stress. You've mentioned that a fair few times.
I have, haven't I?
So just to establish clearly a goal for this session, you mentioned it's almost like coping strategies to manage this change.
Yeah.
And I'm also hearing that from the time you've come to Bahrain, you've enjoyed the freedom almost. Is that what it's about?
That's certainly a big part of it. Yep,
Okay.
Because when I was full-time teaching, it was literally from 5:30 in the morning, all about teaching, up until sometimes 5-6 at night, and then even an hour's work, 2 hours work in the evening. So yeah, I'm enjoying the freedom, definitely. But yeah, I'm not retired. I've got to tell myself I'm not retired. I'm way too young to be thinking about retirement yet, because the money would just run out. So I do need to think about financial implications, and it is linked in with enjoying the freedom.
So what if the goal for this session, and then we can get more into the coaching, is around unravelling this change and all the elements related to it?
Okay.
Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, that sounds like certainly steps in the right direction.
So what would success for the session look like or be?
Success would be something along the lines of me getting up in the mornings, not thinking I need to be worried about finances, going for a swim, but perhaps putting a plan together of some sort where I am more aware of future finances for this year, perhaps, as to having things in place where I wasn't, I don't know how to phrase this, where I wasn't thinking, well, if I get 3 hours work this week and 5 hours extra next week, then I'll be able to survive for this month, and then next, sort of having maybe a plan to get something in place where I could get up each morning knowing financially I was sound for the rest of the year, and certainly for the rest of the year, maybe beyond, but certainly for the rest of the year, I don't need to then stress about finances at all, and I can enjoy the leisure time. Does that sound possible?
So leaving the session today with some sort of plan to enable you to feel more secure around finances.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So what specifically is going on with finances right now?
Okay, what's going on? I've got a guaranteed 10, 11 hours of tutoring, which will give me a certain amount of money every month. And I will get to the point where I will know my outgoings, but at the moment, I'm still living the lifestyle a little bit, where I'm still enjoying my holidays and flights, which I did when I was earning a higher regular income. So, for example, I've booked a flight to KL beginning of October. I've booked one to UK at the end of October, and I'm thinking to myself, in one side of my head, I'm thinking it'll be fine. I'll get enough work to, pay off those flights. But at the same time, I'm also thinking, but I haven't got the work yet to pay it off. So it's kind of, I don't know. But I don't want to start saying no, I can't go home to the UK in October, or no, I can't come on holiday with that group of friends. So
gut reaction. What do you really feel about what's going to happen work-wise?
I think I'm going to be absolutely fine. I think I am. But you know what I'm so used to after 22 years of knowing exactly what income I've got coming in and planning out, can I afford this holiday? I've got the money in the bank. I know it, sorted, all good, all good. I've come from that to just not having that. And, I'm living with my friend in this villa, and she keeps reassuring me that, you don't need to worry about it, you'll be fine. And I'm 99% sure she is right. I will be fine. But I'm just not used to being in this position for, all my working life, where I haven't got the actual income at the moment to match my expenditure. It's always been the other way around. I've never had, when I've used credit cards, but I've never been in debt, ever. And I'm not in debt, but only because I've got this big gratuity and savings, and I am eating into them a little bit. So I'm not in debt, but I am spending more than I'm earning, and that's a little bit of a concern.
Okay.
Quite a bit, apparently. So.
And I notice as well, your hands are quite near your head again.
Yeah.
Where do you feel this?
It's my brain. My brain is telling me this, because my brain, where all my things are worked out, is telling me financially. I'm a maths teacher, so financially, you should be earning at least as much as you are spending. And from when I was a kid, my parents always taught me that you don't spend money you haven't got. And I feel at the moment that I am. So even just things like having to buy a new bed, which costs, I think it's about 300, 400 dinars. It's like, well, I'm not going to earn that much this month. And I'm sure that I will get supply at schools that I'm applying for here, and there will be other opportunities for tutoring, so Caroline keeps telling me. So I'm sure eventually I will be okay. When I say I'm sure, I should be 99% sure that I will be. And I think that in a year's time, when we have we'll have another session at some point, and it probably won't be the next session, it might be in a year's time, I'll be in a position where I'm saying to you, well, look, my outgoings are matching my incomings. But I think it's just because I'm not used to being in a position where they don't, that is just stressing me out at the moment. Not hugely, but it obviously is weighing on my mind.
So going back to the goals of the coping strategies and plans around this, what ways can you help yourself cope with this?
Maybe I need to be, because there's a disparity between the money I get for tutoring to what I would get doing supply. However, if I can get some regular supply, then even though I wouldn't be earning much as hourly as I would from potential tutoring, extra tutoring that could come in, if I was to maybe commit to that supply, if it was a regular supply I could do, and that would get me some way towards having an income that would match my expenditure, that I think would make me feel in a better position financially, where I could relax a little bit and I'd say, well, actually now I only need 2, 3, 4 hours of tutoring to break even. So even though I might say to myself, well, look, you could earn more if potential tutoring hours came around. It's always potential tutoring hours, whereas that could be, depending on how things go today and another meeting that hopefully I'm going to be having, I could have actually regular income adding to the tutoring hours, which is I've got regular already. So yes, I think that's what I need to do.
Okay. So bottom line, what are you going to do?
Right, okay. I've got this meeting today.
Yeah.
And some of it, it does depend a little bit on how that meeting goes.
Yeah.
It's not an interview. He said come in for a meeting, but I almost feel like it's an interview because he's called for like 2 references. So I'll have to put a good show on there and see what he offers me, because he put in his email, it was a little bit ambiguous because it didn't just say supply, it said we'll look at you for supply and any other opportunities that may be available. So if he does offer something, rather than me going away and saying, I'll think about it, thinking, well, actually I could get a day supply or 3 hours tutoring could give me the same amount of money, maybe I should say, actually that sounds great, I can put that on my timetable as regular hours and my income will go up to this and I won't need to worry about what's happening with finances.
Cool. And there was a big breath there. So, what do you want out of this meeting today with this guy?
Right, okay. I do want him to offer me a regular something, even if it's like a regular 2 mornings a week or a regular once a week, a day, doing some supply, and then me committing to it and saying, yep, that sounds like a plan, I will do it. And that's at best, and at least for him to say, yeah, we will have supply and we'll make sure that you are on our register and we call you when there's supply available.
And what I love about this is the fact that you've actually landed, I think, a week ago, and you're acting already.
Yeah. I think because when you put it like that, it sounds like I'm actually making a really good start, and I am. But I think because I'm so used to, by now, after 22 years of full-time teaching, I'm so used to now being back at work, working 12 hours a day to earn my keep.
Yeah.
Whereas actually, I've never even thought that I'd be in this position this time this year. And it just felt a bit weird, or feels a bit weird, that all my friends are back at school full-time, working hard to earn their money, and I'm kind of having which was what I wanted, a more leisurely start. It's actually not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I am all right. I'm all right.
So, I hear you say that you're all right. I am all right. And your body language is possibly in a different place.
No, I just need to keep telling myself. I think it is ingrained in me that I should be working a full-time job, because I've done it for like all my adult life. I think it's just ingrained in me. That's what I need to do. And I look around me at various people, various friends who have given up full-time regular jobs, including in teaching, but in other things as well, and gone on to do other things where their hours are not as regular, and they're really enjoying their lives. So, like, I've got a friend in the UK who was a teacher for about 10 years, and she loved permaculture. And in the end, she gave up the teaching. This was in Dubai. She gave it up. She went back and did an MA in permaculture. And when I went to visit in the summer, she's bought herself a house with an acre of land, and she's got 2 part-time jobs, which are earning enough for her to be happy in a thing. She's renting out part of her house, and she's really happy. So it's just getting myself into that mindset where I don't have to be working full-time. This is absolutely fine. and my body language might not be, I might be saying, yeah, I'm fine, but my body language might not, because I'm still convinced of myself. But I know, well, I've told you what I need to do, and it's just getting into that position. So I think even at the end of the day, when if I didn't get a regular supply here, there are other avenues open to me, and it's not like I'm not earning anything. I'm earning enough where I could survive if I cut down on my trips abroad, which I don't want to do, but I'm actually earning enough if I didn't get any more income to survive. And the likelihood of me not getting any more income, because I should get some supply and I should pick up some extra tutor hours, is it's going to happen. So I just need to relax and chill a little bit, I think, is what I need to do.
Yes.
But I'm just so used to not doing that. But, like you say, I've only had a week, and like you said, after a week, I'm doing all right. I am doing all right. And I might not quite sound it sometimes, it's just I'm not used to being in this position. And I do need to take deep breaths and say, actually, I'm fine. And what a great start to the school year where, I'm getting up when I want to, going for a swim, I'm relaxing during the day, I'm doing 2-3 hours work in an evening, and I'm coming home, chilling. I feel, overall, the stress of teaching is gone. And I don't know why I'm putting myself in a position where I'm putting a little bit more stress on top of myself when I don't need it. The whole point of this was to de-stress.
Yeah. So would you like to go there for a minute to this de-stress in the session?
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
What do you want this de-stress and the change of lifestyle to bring? What's it really about?
As a teacher, even when you are not at school, you are thinking about all the stuff you've got to do at school if you've not even brought it home. I want this de-stressing to be at a place where I'm not working, I'm doing what I want to, so I might be just chilling and relaxing, I might go to the gym, I might go to the pool, not thinking about work at all, might go out for a meal with friends without feeling that I shouldn't be doing that. And I think I am making a good start with that. I just need to, maybe I just need longer to get to the feeling that actually it's okay to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm just not used to it.
And Ballber, it's totally okay to be where you are and what you're feeling right now.
Okay. I'm sure my friend Caroline does try to keep reminding me and trying to ground me and saying you're okay, and and it does help, and I know I am. I just think it's just, as I say, I know I keep saying it, but after 22 years of full-time work, it's an odd position to be in, one which, say, 2 years ago, a year ago, I never thought I'd even dream of being in. I thought I'd be working full-time teaching up until I retired at 65 or whatever. And now I'm in a position where I'm not there, and it's acclimatizing a little bit to this new position, which is also an okay position, but stress-wise it should be a lot better than the old position I was in. And it's just getting myself to that position. I think next session when we talk, I think I will be in a position where I'll be clearer, because as I say, I've only been here a week, so I'll have met this guy about supply today. I've written to another school as well, so I'll know a little bit more about whether they're going to give me supply. I'm waiting to hear from 1 or 2 people about possible other tutoring to do as well. So I think next time we meet, we've talked about stuff now, and it has helped calm me down a little bit, and it's made me think a bit more about where I'm heading, and really just I knew already, didn't I? I knew, and it's just convincing myself. And I think when we meet next time, I will be in a position where I'll be able to say to you, I've now got this extra bit of work here, this extra bit of work, I don't know what I was worried about. I'm now in a position where I'm not stressing out about much at all, and I'm really enjoying my extra leisure time, which I never had last year. I'm hoping that's the position I'm going to be.
I love it, and I love the positivity.
Good. And I'm sure, I'm 99% sure I will be in that position. But I need to also, I think, tell myself that if I'm not quite in that position still, I'm still in a very good position compared to last year.
Mm.
And I am. But I think I will get some supply. Financially, I feel a lot better. Because it's finances. Again, I'm not in a bad position financially. But I'm in a different position to last year. And it's always been a little thing at the back of my head, even when I've been working about securing the future and stuff like that. And so it does mean a lot to me. It should, as it should.
Mm.
But as I said before, I was going to take time out without working. I'm taking big time out now, and I'm still earning. So I'm all right. I'm good. See, my hands are not on my head now.
They are. They're out here. What's a total new way of looking at this?
How do you mean?
A different perspective altogether.
I don't know. I don't know how you mean. Give me. What do you mean, a different way of looking at this?
So at the moment, there's a lot of mention of money. Let's go somewhere else. What values, your personal values we talked about before, what values resonate right now in terms of the way you're choosing to live your life?
Peace of mind, leisure time, stress-free. And I can have both. I can have that, and I can have financial security as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think just at the moment I'm in a position where I wanted a stress-free life, and when I say stress-free, the teaching was always stressful. I was always at the back of my mind, and I did it well, but that's because I was always thinking about stuff I should be doing with my teaching. Have I done this? Have I done that? Even when I was in school and out of school, and I was always stressing about it. And it was a lot of stress, and that's all gone. And obviously with the tutoring hours, I still need to do some prep work for that and make sure I'm on the ball, but it's so much easier when you've got a lot less kids that you're doing it with, and you haven't got the same pressures when the kids are removed that teaching still has, and that's all gone. So I've just got to tell myself that my goal of leaving, the whole point of me leaving teaching was for a lot less stress in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a lot less stress in my life.
Wow.
So, yeah. So I'm all right. I am all right.
What ways can you keep or anchor that feeling?
It keeps coming back to just having that additional financial security. That's my main thing.
Okay.
And then I can start, I think, looking forward even more. So I've only been here a week, but I think doing more activities. So, for example, Caroline and I have looked at silly things like dance lessons and things like that. Again, it's just another way of enjoying leisure time. And I suppose, well, when I've done it before, it's been very good at de-stressing as well.
Mm-hmm.
So any little stress I have when I'm out dancing will disappear.
Wow.
So that's something we are really looking at seriously. We looked at salsa lessons and things like that. So hopefully that will start soon. I'm going to join the gym. So again, very good at relieving any stress that I might have. So these are all things. I've only been here a week, so these are things that just take a bit of time to put in place. When they're all in place, when I've got a little bit more financial security, it will be perfect for me.
And I hear you mention Caroline a lot.
Yeah.
As a support. What other ways can you draw on that support or other support?
I've known Caroline for 10, 11 years now. So we lived in Muscat. That's where I met in Muscat a long time ago. And she also moved to Dubai when I lived in Dubai for a bit. We've been on lots of holidays together. We do talk about things like finances and stuff like that. And she's very easygoing with things like that, and she certainly doesn't put me under any stress when it might be an idea if she did say a little bit, right, okay, you need to make sure you got this, but she's very good at not doing that, which, you know, is what I need. But it actually does help knowing that there are two of us, so if anything did come up financially, we could get through anything that came up. So I've got that, but also I've got a good network of friends in Dubai, and I've got friends and family back home, and quite a lot of them are planning trips to Bahrain to come and see me here, which again is a big de-stressor for me. So when I've got a weekend with friends here, it just helps me chill and relax, and I love spending time with friends and family, so I think a lot of that's going to start happening as well. So I've got friends booked in to come at the end of September, so they're coming for the weekend from Muscat, and from Dubai, and that'll be lovely seeing them. And then I've got a weekend in Dubai booked. I've got this Bangkok, so I've got all these trips planned as well, which again, lovely to look forward to.
And we've gone through the Alliance permission to blurt here. What's important about all this, having the friends over and visits and you travelling?
That's what life's about. That, for me, that's what life should be about. It shouldn't be about stressing about work. It should be about enjoying yourself. Even when I was teaching full time and it was long hours, I was always one of those people who worked to live, didn't live to work. And there were people at school who just seemed to, all they do was work, and in their evenings or weekends they'd work some more. God knows how they found time to do anything else. But I always found time to spend time with friends, to go home and see family. And now I'm going to have more time to do that, and I've already put things in place to make sure that happens, because that's what is one of the most important things to me about my life. Life is so precious, so short. You know, I'm sure you've had people whose life has been tragically cut short, and they were busy working all of that life up to that point and not really enjoying their time. And I've had that with me as well, and I don't want to be one of those people who gets to 65, 66 years old, works all the time as hard as they can, and then off they go, dead.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy my life for what it is, and making this move has definitely been a positive move in that respect. I'm going to have more time to enjoy time for myself and with my friends and with my family, and not at the back of my mind be thinking, oh, tomorrow I'm back at work, then I need to do that. Yeah, so that's good.
Super. So is there a sort of motto or mantra that you could come up with for what it's going to be like?
A motto or a mantra? I just think about that old song from the 80s, Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry, Be Happy. Cool. And that's what I need to do, really.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything to really worry about. And I know these little financial little niggles at the back of my mind. I shouldn't be worrying about them, because I'm not in a position where I'm going to be destitute and out on the street.
So what ways can you use this song?
Should I start every morning, do you think, by putting it on the CD player, on the MP3s, just to remind myself I'm in a great position, I'm in a position I wanted to be in. What on earth am I ever going to be stressing about at this point? I shouldn't be. I should be enjoying my time with my semi-retirement that I'm having at the moment. So,
and you deserve it.
Thank you.
So will you do that?
It seems a bit silly, because I should be in the frame of mind where I know I'm in that position, but if I need that, because clearly from the start of this session I am still stressing out about a few things, maybe I do need to just do that. Try to start each morning putting that song on, to get myself in that frame of mind that what a great life I've got.
Cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'll start, I'm not going to promise I'll do it every day, but I'll try and start my days by doing that, and then next time we meet I will let you know how I get on with it.
Okay. So you'll try and start, or you will start?
Okay, I will start my mornings by playing that song.
What if you played it today?
Okay, when I'm getting ready to go for this meeting, I could put that on. I will put that on.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay. So going back to the goal for the session, a plan or strategy, it was around coping with this transition. There was two main things here. One was around financial security, even though finances are fine. And the other bit was definitely, which came in the middle of the session, tapping into your values and what you really want for your life. So what are you leaving this session with?
Leaving this session, on the financial side, having a reminder, just clarifying for me, I suppose, the fact that actually financially, what am I worried about? I shouldn't be worried about it. I've got things in place now. I know I'm going to get this meeting, and I know I will, if it offered, I will say yes to it, even though I might not be getting as much per hour as alternatives that could come up. If this does come up, because I know it does play my mind a little bit, I'll say yes. So that'll be a good start.
Okay.
And then that will put me in a better frame of mind financially. And what was the second thing that we said? The second thing. So there was the finances. Oh, values.
Mm-hmm.
Following through on what we said about doing things like joining the gym, going for the swims in the mornings, organising things with friends,
Yep.
And just getting that social sort of calendar up and running so that it does give me opportunities that if I am stressed, that this stress just disappears. That's the plan.
Brilliant. And the music you mentioned as well?
Yeah, that'll be going on in the mornings if I need the reminder to remind me.
Cool.
Hopefully it will just be a affirmation of where I'm at.
And tell me if this intuition's right as well. There's something here around you giving yourself permission to fully enjoy this big change.
I think you're right, and it's going back to childhood almost, because certainly for my parents, they would never have dreamed of having a time in their lives where they were not in full-time employment.
Yeah.
And I was brought up that way as well. So I was taught that, you don't leave one job until you've got another full-time job to go to, because that's what adults are about.
Yeah.
And I am trying to get away from that a little bit. So yeah, it is about telling myself it's okay to be in this position. And it helps when I've got friends who've done the same thing, and I see them and I see their quality of life has improved dramatically, and they are happier. It really does help. So I just need to keep reminding myself that I'm actually one of those people who are getting myself into that position as well, and it's okay to do that.
Super.
Better than okay.
So you've got some action and reminders. What way can you sustain that action? Who or what can help you sustain that action?
Okay. Well, I can get Caroline to ask me every morning. In fact, I should play it so loud that she says to me, "Yep, I heard, don't worry, be happy this morning." Okay, and that might actually be a reminder for her as well, so in case she's getting stressed out or anything. So that's one thing.
Cool.
What else? I'm just trying to think about financially. I'm starting, I don't even know if this is the right thing to do, but I'm starting to keep a spreadsheet with my income and my expenditure, and maybe that's one of the things that has actually helped with the stress helped stress me a little bit, because at the moment the expenditure column, because when you move to a new place it always is a lot more than the income column, and maybe if I hadn't done that I wouldn't have thought about it so much, but I'm going to keep it going because I do want to keep an eye on my finances. But certainly as the next few weeks progress, that expenditure column will stop being filled up anywhere near as much because the initial outlays aren't there. But the incomes, when the income starts coming in, because I've only been here a week, will definitely go up as well. So I think that will help me de-stress as well. So it's all heading in the right direction.
Super.
Yeah?
Super.
Good.
So what's your biggest takeaway from the session?
The biggest takeaway from the session. God. I think it's telling myself, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that you think, or you implied that I'm not allowing myself to actually be okay about this move and this transition. So I'm going to take away the fact that the times have changed in the last 40 years, and the move I've made is a smart move, it's an okay move, it's an allowed move, and it's going to be a very good move for me. And I just need to give it that bit more time to fully feel it. But I'm certainly taking away from this session that it is okay to do that. It's nothing wrong with it at all. Not just okay, it's good to have done that. That's what I'm going to take away.
Cool.
Just take deep breaths, listen to my song in the morning, and I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be better than fine.
Super. Well, thank you so much for giving me permission to record the session and also to coach you at this exciting time of your life.
It is exciting, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. And well, hopefully, and I say hopefully, but I think it will, I'm 99% sure it will be the case. Next time we meet, I will be positive from the start.
Yeah. And
I'll be telling you that, look, I've done this, I've been going out and doing this with my leisure time, doing this with my leisure time. I can't believe I was so worried at the start. That's what I want to be able to do in the next session, and I think I will be able to.
I have full faith in you.
Excellent.
So when would you like your next session?
I don't want it too soon because I want to have time, certainly to see what the outcome of this meeting is going to be today. Put that in place. I've only been here a couple of weeks maybe, and give it another couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So where are we now?
We're
on is it 6th today?
Yeah.
Okay. 13, 20, yeah, so I'll have been, I think let's say a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Okay, can we nail a date?
Okay, fine. Let me get my calendar. Let's say on the, what day? So it's Tuesday today, isn't it? Can you do the same session? Okay, so let's say same time.
Yeah.
In a fortnight's time.
Excellent.
Okay, on 20th, isn't it?
Perfect.
Okay, so
and I look forward to hearing all about what's been going on.
Excellent.
Cool.
All right. Thanks very much for that. Cheers.
Thank you.